Hey, I'm Emily from the Get Offset podcast, and I'm going to talk about my Mad Cat. This is Harley Benton from the Tommen website. It's a kind of loose replica of Prince's Mad Cat by Hohner or H.S. Anderson, depending on where you got. Prince played Hohner's. If you listen to the podcast, you know I'm a pretty big Prince fan, and you might have heard me talk about this guitar once or twice. I believe this guitar was $185 plus shipping from Germany, which I think shipping was $35. So let's talk about the guitar. Or let's talk about Carrie. Say hi. Carrie's on the camera. So this guitar, uh, it, as far as looks, I think in terms of the affordable replicas you can get of Mad Cat guitars, it's about the best you can find. It has binding on both sides. It has that stripe right through the middle, really attractive. It's about the right width. I feel like with some of the replicas, you don't get, like, they make it way too fat or they do something wrong. I also think the flame on the maple veneer is pretty nice as far as the maple veneers go, and some people don't like them and some people do. The headstock shape has that little point, so it's not quite the lawsuit machine. The neck shape is somewhere between a C and a D. I'm a pretty big fan of it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I do. Frets, I think they're like a medium jumbo fret. What I do want to point out, I did some modifications on this guitar. And those modifications are, I put a waterslide decal on it to look more like the Mad Cat fonts. Mad Cat, come here. Look like the Mad Cat font, and I found a scratch plate from Original Scratch Guards, I think Original Scratch It. I'll put a link in the description for the video of that. So this came with sort of a standard tortoise pickguard. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't right for the Mad Cat. So I wanted something a little bit more authentic to Prince. That celluloid, I think, is what that's called, the material. I don't think that's actually this, because that is a little bit harder to come by, a little more expensive to ship. I think it's quite flammable. So this doesn't have that. So let's talk about the cheap guitar aspects that people always worry about. The tuning machines. Fantastic. This guitar stays in tune really, really well. The fret ends, not perfect, but don't bother me. The fretwork in general, I think, is acceptable. The dots are clearly all painted on. That does bother me close up. Doesn't really bother me when I'm playing, as I can still see them, which is fine. Pickups, surprisingly good. I thought I would just swap out the pickups, the electronics in this guitar, and I've kept them. I haven't swapped out anything really except for the pickguard and the decal there. The bridge is fine. Don't have a lot to say about that. The one enormous negative with this guitar, and it is enormous, this guitar is really, really heavy. I don't think I would want to play a whole show with this guitar, because I feel like it's between 10 and 12 pounds, but I haven't weighted. I have played Les Pauls that are less heavy than this guitar. But for just sitting in my bedroom and playing Prince licks, you can't beat this for the price. That's just straight up. So next, I'm going to play this guitar a little bit. I'm going to play it through the Strymon Iridium. Probably primarily clean settings. I'll add some dirt and do some Princey riffs and stuff. I'm not nearly a 10% the guitarist that Prince was, so please don't judge me too harshly for that. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.